It is not. It's a real place.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Let's just do a sympathy episode. Sympathy to us.
Sympathy to the devil.
Sympathy to the devil. To the devil. You've seen that, yes.
Yes, you showed it to me.
I made you watch it. So I do. I'm trying to make you a better person.
Is it that the only song that sung from the devil's point of view and not about the devil singing?
In the actual lyrics, but the Saturday Night Live lyrics.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the song.
Yes. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man. Something. How's that go? Do you know?
Hum.
Does anyone know? Does Mick Jagger know? All right. Hey, I'm assuming we're recording now, so I'm going to introduce this.
We are, because this is our third iteration tonight.
This fucking sucks. We're gonna endure. You're gonna endure this episode with us. This is the. I feel like it's like the sophomore slump, but we're like at least juniors by now.
Well, it'd be sophomore, second year.
Second year. So we've been doing 50 plus of these, and tonight we just suck. Like,
even for us,
we suck. I mean, that's actually kind of our brand. But we were brutal.
It was.
So we're gonna try to just try to. It might only be a few minutes long. It might be like an 8-minute one tonight. But
well, let's not push it.
Yeah. We're the Ascertainers. I'm saying everything with a question mark too. That's how my confidence is just rattled. We're the Ascertainers, and I'm Jim. Over there's Mark. He'll say hi.
Hello?
It says so on the card. Yeah. Fuck. Okay, if you're listening to this episode,
sorry.
Let's commit that we're not going to erase this one. That we're going to see this one through.
I won't erase it.
And it's either going to be just the shittiest episode you ever heard or just super bad.
Yeah.
I can commit to either of those. So, thanks for coming.
And it might only be the second worst episode you ever heard.
Why do when I say thanks for coming, does that sound dirty? I mean, that's what they say when you go to a family restaurant. Hey, thanks for coming.
Wait, like, how do you know?
I know. It's like, hey, man, your soap dispenser's weird.
Sure, camera
I was in there for just a second longer than I should have been. And I put the seat down.
That's childish.
So, Ascertainers, Mark, Jim, Minnesota, 60-year-old men.
Yada, yada.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to get to the part where it sucks. So, we have been doing this for a year, and that's alarming because...
you think we'd be better at it by now.
Well, here, I'll just say this, is that if you're listening to this, thanks.
Sorry.
I feel like I'm scolding you. That's a very scolding tone on that. Hey.
Thanks.
Enabler, what are you doing? Just stop listening and we'll stop doing it. No. I can name, I'm going to name a few of our listeners by name. We'll start with Charlie. We'll go to Jeff. I think Steve probably listens. Who do you got? You got
Alex S. He's one of our biggest listeners.
Alex S., who is also a guest on the Ascertainers. So, yes. What else you got?
My Chance son. My son Chance, who's been on before.
Chance, okay.
My sister Karen.
Oh, let's get Karen on.
We should. Karen,
TheAscertainers@gmail.com. Send us your deets and we will get a hold of you. I guess Mark probably has your number.
I guess I could just talk to her.
Yeah, well, apparently that's not working. It's been a year, and just work through me, okay? Mark's on double secret probation.
And you mentioned...
We don't book each other's families. The other guy
true.
books the other guy's family or something.
And you mentioned Jason.
I didn't, but Jason has been a guest, and I hope he listens. I don't know.
Oh, I think he does. Because
I got neighbors that I want to have on. Obviously, Todd, who was there at the beginning, but he's a real shy sort.
Yeah.
Abe. We want Abe on. I'd like Chad on. I'd like to have Bruce on. I think Bruce listens. He
does.
He reacts, I guess, I should say, to our Ascertainers, like sound bites and posts and stuff like that. So Jeff, certainly. It's kind of a matter of like combinations. Do you want to have just one of them on? Do you want to have a couple on at the same time? I don't know.
I don't know either.
We suck at this. Come suck with us.
We did have Roy on, another neighbor.
We did have Roy on.
It was very good.
And then if we go to the other side of the tracks, you got the Jeff S. What's this? Anyway, there's a lot of the new blood, the new school that are very entertaining and amusing, and I think they would be good to have.
And we had the other podcast, Think, Drink, Disney fellas on.
We did. I think we're having a hangover from that. I think that's really what's going on there. So we had those guys on for 2 solid episodes, and then we had the episode that came out today where it was learned that during the Think, Drink recordings that I dissed you, and yes, we came up with the term dick slaughter as opposed to premeditated dickishness.
I still think it sounds like a name.
It was dick slaughter, like manslaughter.
I know it.
You can't put me away for life. It was
Dick
Slaughter. It just happened. Dick Slaughter would be a great name for like a detective. Dick Slaughter.
In a porn movie, yeah.
Detective.
I just...
Dick Slaughter, pool man. Oh, Dick Slaughter. That would be... I can think of some other first names and body parts and that sound like verbs that, I don't think we could do that. We're not on brand. We're a family podcast.
We are.
We're not really. Most people that listen to us are part of someone's family. How about that?
Yes.
Can we get away with that?
We could.
Let's do that. So anyway,
why are we trying to get away with something?
As a duo, we have lost our mojo. That's why we're doing this. We're forcing ourselves to do this third effort tonight.
Yes.
So, as mentioned, by the way, how much time has elapsed from what's on the clock?
Add 6 minutes.
Oh, that's nothing. Can we just end it now? Because it seems like a lot. Because to the listener, it'll seem like about 43 minutes.
You're
and
right.
why do we do 43 minutes, Mark? Would you care to share that with the listeners?
Yes, because the optimal time for a podcast is 38 minutes.
What? How come we go 43 then?
Just to throw people off.
A little extra? A little bonus? little,
because the fans asked for it.
No, they didn't ask for it. That's why. That's like when you bring them a hot towel when they didn't ask for it on the first class section of the plane.
I don't
know. Do you know
I
anything about airplanes? Have you ever flown on an airplane, Mark?
No, they scare me.
Yeah, well, ironic. For those who know that that's hilarious. So, yeah, we started the podcast without a sponsor. We're 1 year in, and we have a sponsor, but it's the best sponsor. Who is it, Mark?
It's the Newts.
What now?
Newts. I did say the Newts, but it's just Newts.
What do the Newts do?
Newts, as Corey, the manager's sweatshirt, said, great burgers, cold beer, since 1980.
I don't think I'd want to eat that burger. Are all the burgers from 1980? Or they have fresh
No,
ones?
I think it started at 1980, but that they can't put all that on the sweatshirt, so they just said, great burgers, cold beer.
I see the dilemma.
Yeah.
Yeah, all because I mean that's a lot of days. That's a lot of burgers.
Yeah, it would cost a lot to have all that printing done on the back of a sweatshirt, also.
No, anyway, yes, we love us some Newts. Newts is about 2 miles from where we record, and they've always been very nice to us. And we just decided about. I don't know, after 3 episodes, we just started talking about, maybe after our first episode, we should probably listen back.
We tried, and it was so boring that we decided to keep.
Yeah. Well, we actually, truth be told, we listened to our first episode before our first attempt at tonight's episode.
Maybe that's what wrecked us
I
tonight.
think it did. It had to have. Oh my good God. So what we're gonna power through. We're not gonna strike out. We're gonna foul off a whole bunch of jokes and premi. Is it plural of premise? Premi. Anyway, Newts is great. If you live in anywhere south of the river, as we call it in the Twin Cities here, so Apple Valley, Eagan, Lakeville, Farmington. You haven't been to Newts, go to Newts. They have a new burger that it's so new even they don't know about it. It's called the Ascertainer Burger. So if you do, when you do go to Newts, make sure you ask for the Ascertainer Burger and then tell them the Ascertainer sent you, or in either order. We don't care. But
yeah, I don't know if that'll go over well, but after tonight. So.
What happened? What did you just didn't read the room? I could tell. So we got the general manager of the Apple Valley Newts is a fellow named Corey, a nice, affable man, built like a brick.
Yes.
How do you say shit house? Is that a positive term?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't fuck with Corey. But there's no reason to even worry about that because he's a super nice guy. But tonight, I could tell, like, I'm the kind of guy that'll just dick with anybody. But I saw he feel like he had a little weight of the world on his shoulders tonight, and I was like, ooh, I'm not going to joke around with Corey.
Yes.
My podcasting partner goes, hey man, I'll take the Ascertainer Burger. And
it was a look of if looks could kill. Woo. I'd be dead.
That was awesome. Best part of my night. I'm like, hey, kick his ass, Seabass. So Mark did not get his ass kicked. We did see some what used to be new friends, and now I guess they're not old friends. What's in between new and old?
Middle.
Thank you. Ken and Renee.
Yes.
New residents moved here from the East Coast. They're being turned on to things like meat raffles and pull tabs,
right.
And they say that Apple Valley Liquor is like the Costco of places to buy beer, and I think that's awesome. And by the way, I hate that I live in technically Farmington. I pay cripes. I'm like
great.
I have a Farmington zip code. I pay my water and sewage.
To the city of Lakeville.
Sewage. Boy, do I got sewage. I bet they're charging me extra for my sewage. But that's to a town called Lakeville. And then this bar we go to is in Apple Valley, and I buy most of my beer at Apple Valley Liquors. So I'm just doing it wrong. I should do all of my shopping and drinking and dining out where I pay taxes, right?
Which is weird because you pay taxes for Lakeville, but you pay taxes also for Farmington School District.
Right.
So it's really weird.
Yeah, but Apple Valley doesn't factor in at all, and that's where I spend a lot of money is that way, and they know it. Oh, they know it.
They do.
Bastards. Anyway, well, life ain't fair.
Life
ain't perfect.
Ken and Renee, it was fun talking to you because you're coming from a different social background. And when we were talking about the meat raffles, they were just like, I heard of those. What the hell are meat raffles? And I was trying to explain it to them, and they're just like...
Did you see the look in their eye when I stood up and unzipped my fly? Just a little, not a lot. I ain't gonna let the put a little air in there. But...
Just enough to win.
It was just like, okay, go on. So, interesting
reference.
Worlds collide. Think, drink, Disney, fellas. Our guy Ken has done a lot of work with Disney and Universal.
Oh, that's right.
Other like theme parks, amusement park, whatever you would call them.
Yeah. And
that's kind of cool. I'm not actually exactly sure what he did. He said he killed a few guys. And
Fabricator.
I figured. Oh, he said he fabricated. I go, well, that sounds like something a fabricator would say. Because the to fabricate from a...
Oh, I thought he was a tailor working with fabric.
Hey, man, that's pretty funny. So I learned that the fabrication not only means to tell a fib, but it also means to bend metal. So if someone works at a fab shop or a fabric, if they work at a fab shop, they're either making blazers with a lot of glitter, or they work at a fabrication shop where they take pieces of metal and bend them, because that's what fabricating is in the manufacturing world. You're welcome, 14 listeners to the Ascertainers.
You would always need fabricators, especially at a place that building dreams and other things that.
Oh, for like custom shit like a
Correct.
amusement park would need, or a theme park would need? Absolutely. The trades, man. Hey, the Ascertainers support the trades. And there are more people retiring than there are going into them. So if you're a kid, you don't want to go to college, fuck it. Don't go to college. Go be a metal bender. They call them fabricators. You could be a welder. We have people that we know, that you know from the tower, whose daughter is a welder, and apparently doing quite well and quite happy. And that's the whole key to life.
Who was the wrestler that bent the metal over his head? Is that a fabricator?
Technically, there were a lot of them that did it. I think. I feel like that's like a Mad Dog Michon move.
I think it was Mad Dog.
But I don't know if I want to say to his face, "You're a fabricator." he might not know what that means. He's French, you know. His brother was Butcher Vachon, and my brother met both of them in some like a Lewiston, Minnesota bar.
Were they doing a show or just at the bar?
I think they were just passing through, and he said they were the most just fucking basic, regular, nice guys, you know. And it's like, of course, why wouldn't they be?
They're entertainers.
An entertainer.
Entertainer.
I got Bruno Mars. I got Butcher Vachon. I got Nick Bockwinkel. Jesse the Body. You didn't watch it when you were a kid. That's the topic of tonight's thing, by the way. After we do the radio game, we're going to talk about stuff that we did as kids.
Maybe.
That would get you in jail now. I think we will. I know we will. Because I don't have the liver bile, or is that gallbladder bile? I don't have enough bodily fluids. Ugh, that sounds bad too. To do a fourth rendition of this average podcast.
I could do a fifth one.
See, that's the problem. I think I'm enabling you. You're going for the record. Joke I told tonight about the world record, the guy with the smallest thing.
Oh, yeah.
Did you? I was going to use his name, but I used yours instead. Sorry. You know me a lot better, and if I made him mad, that would be really bad.
I thought for sure when it started that you were going to use my name.
Oh,
I didn't know you were.
But I literally asked him for his last name.
I know you did. But...
seconds before I started the joke, so it was like, I kind of probably even my cadence probably slowed as I'm going to go with Mark on this.
And apologize to Renee for I ruined her joke.
No, we played along and reacted like a normal person would react, because she did a joke that was like, you could tell it was a joke. She tried to make it into a really good like story, but I think that's what makes it funny too, when you kind of catch on halfway, but you don't quite know where they're going, and then they finish the story and it's like, you got me. And it's still funny.
We both looked at each other.
I think this
is
is
a joke. At the same time, yeah, that was.
So it's all good. It's all fantastic, everybody. There's a little thing that we started early on in the Ascertainers broadcast, whatever, that is called a radio game. And the radio game is built upon the premise. Oh, what?
It makes my heart just go aflutter because I love the radio game so much.
You should get that looked at, man. It should just go flutter, not a flutter.
Do you smell burnt toast?
AFlib. Hey, old people. Great joke, huh? So anyhow, we started, we both realized that we were both fans of classic rock music, and there's a radio station in town that is kind of the go-to for classic rock. It's called KQ 92.5 on your FM dial. So what we decided that we would do long ago is that we would each, during an episode, pick four bands bands. 2 would be like classic, everyone's heard of them.
Right.
And 2 would be, there's a pretty much a long shot these are going to show up on KQ tonight. Then, after each of us puts our 4 picks in, I will pick up this little earbud that's hooked up to this really cool transistor battery-eating radio that Mark got us.
It does eat a lot of batteries. My goodness.
And if the song that's playing on that earbud at the time is one of the 4 we picked, then we have a what?
Winner.
Okay, Mark, we've been doing this for 50 plus weeks. How many winners have we had between you and I?
I think I won on a second or third ballot, so I'm going to call myself a wiener.
I think you won second ballot on Heavy Metal Week. You picked Black Sabbath, and it was in fact Black Sabbath. So we are still
looking for that.
I'm still looking for any ballot, meaning sometimes if we do the radio game early, we'll go a second time to the earbud. And if one of those songs that we picked comes on, that's called a second ballot winner. And I haven't won any ballots. I suck at this.
I think Charlie's the first ballot winner.
Charlie won. I think Jeff won. I think Jeff was second ballot.
Yes.
Did Roy win?
Roy did win second or third ballot.
Okay. So our guess, hey, if you want to win the radio game, come on. You'll probably win.
Did Jason win one? I can't remember.
Jason has been on, I think he's our most prevalent guy. We should get him on again, though, because he's right next door. I'll ask him. I don't think he has, though. Well,
we'll ask him.
Yeah.
We could listen back and, write it all down,
hey,
but we're lazy.
Everybody sit tight. We're going to listen to the 50-plus episodes, see if anybody guessed it right. So we have our 4 bands.
I'm going to say Ken, who was at that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're playing from Newt's, Ken and Renee. Ken fancies himself a music guy, so we asked him if he were on tonight, what bands would he pick? And you have them all? I have 2 of them.
Led Zeppelin, Steve Miller, and I can't remember
the
other
Who,
two.
and the Stones. Okay, so that is our absent guest. What do we call him? Future guest.
Yeah, we'll get him with that.
I can't wait to get the guy in my basement. I prefer in the fall when it gets dark earlier, but anyway, yeah.
We'll get him drunk at Newt's, and he'll not remember what happened.
The hell. Ken seems like the kind of guy it'd be really hard to get in your basement. So if you hear Ken on the Ascertainers, pay attention to the details. That's all I can say. So, Mark, start with your 2, what we call legacy bands.
I am going to go with, I'm going to change it up, Guns N' Roses. Nobody knows. You're right.
You going with Guns N' Roses?
Because I was listening to Estranged. Have you heard that song?
Maybe.
I think it's just...
Let's hum a few bars. What era is it of Guns
It was before they broke up. It was on Use Your Illusion 2.
Okay.
I think their best song ever.
Really?
Yes. And it's what they could have been if Axl hadn't gone crazy. No. Got the lead singer disease and destroyed the whole band.
Which is what you're doing to the Ascertainers. So
wow.
Interesting that you would say that.
Wow.
So what's the name of the song, by the way?
Estranged.
If that's on, I'll sell this equipment. I'll just say, fuck it, we're done. It's like getting a hole in one.
Wait, I'm half on this equipment. If you sell it, do I get half the profit?
You can keep your 2 mics. I'll sell the ones that apparently my, contribution went toward. So you got Guns N' Roses and who else?
Doobie Brothers.
Is it going to have a long story behind it?
No,
this is only an hour.
That was for
podcast.
Pat. He said talk about the bands you pick and the winners.
Okay.
So
well, since we can't talk about the winners, we might as well talk about the bands you picked. What's your favorite Doobie Brothers song?
Who? The Doobie Brothers broke up? When that happened? What movie?
I don't know.
Romancing the Stone.
Come on! They were still together back then.
No, they had broken up, but then they got back together because he reads the old Rolling Stone magazine. He goes, Damn. Doobie Brothers break up.
I just want to let everyone who's listening know, compared to what we erased earlier, this is
Gold.
gold. Gold. Exactly. This is like, wow, where did they come up with this? These guys must be tired after 4 episodes to come up with this. So my favorite Doobie Brothers song is, and I know we've talked about this before, is Backwater. And it's because I think it was a 1974 Ford Pinto with the Hi-Fi Kenny, shout out Rochester, Hi-Fi Kenny aftermarket stereo, and like 3-ounce box speakers that were sliding around the back of it, and one channel went out on the stereo. So when the chorus of Backwater came on, all it said was, by the hand, with you all night long, by the hand, with you. So to me, I'm like, wow, that song sounds great on the home stereo. All right, that was your picks.
Yeah, those are my legacy picks.
Mine are, oh shit, they're the same. Okay, let's listen to the radio. And we're gonna kick off a new thing. You are, because we need to break the mojo, you're gonna be the guy. And if you don't know who it is, pass it over to me, but you're gonna listen to it. We're gonna break the spell.
Okay.
It's happening. This is happening. I'm going with Head East and Billy Squire.
Wow.
Yeah.
And those are your one hit.
Oh, fuck. Those are my one. Did I not do the...
You did not.
Oh, crud. So where are you at? What have you announced?
I did my legacy. Doobie Brothers and GNR.
Okay. My legacy, my long shots are Head East and Billy Squire.
Well, do your legacy.
And then my legacy is Cheap Trick and Loverboy.
Nice.
Even though Loverboy could probably go to either category. That's how you win, Mark. You take chances. You risk.
Well, I'll do Midnight Oil and Corey Hart.
Corey Hart. Sunglasses at Night?
Because I am cool like that.
Holy shit, dude. That is a bold, bold pick.
Oh, I'm supposed to.
Yep. I think the radio is on. I think you just got to put that thing in your ear. That's
Wait.
the thing next to your head.
Oh, no. That's not my ear.
Yeah, that is not your ear. Also, you're going to want to clean that off. But is there a song on, Mark? Oh, see?
There is.
It's not as easy as it sounds. There is a song, but he is...
No, there's not a song.
Oh, is it a commercial?
Sleep Number Bed, is that a song?
At night... That's what you do in a bed, is at night. Sunglasses at Corey Hart. Winner.
Oh.
We got a winner, everybody. All right. This is fantastic. I love what's happening right now.
We'll listen to it later.
Oh, man.
We'll try it
You're able to do that?
I am.
See, I'm not. So when it's usually I'm the guy who listens to what the song is. But if it's in the middle of a waterbed ad, I guess, yeah, just give it 30 seconds and see what happens.
How old are you?
They still do waterbed ads on KQ.
Wow.
I would love it if there's one on right now.
There is not.
Well, you don't have to do what you're doing. Good God. Mark's like hotboxing the earbud.
Wow.
He's putting the earbud in his ear, then he puts the headphone on over it like a god dang.
And we'll continue till we...
I didn't know that was a thing.
I can do it.
I'm not sure if I'm jealous or mad. I'm not happy.
Should I not do it?
None of these emotions on the emotional wheel involve the corners of the mouth going up.
I even know who's doing the commercial, that Brian Zepp.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's doing the commercial.
I hear they're doing a lot of bloodletting over at Cindy's 97. I heard Oaks got fired this week.
Yeah.
You know who he is?
No, but who's the guy on that does the morning show? Is that what you're talking about?
He got whacked too.
Yeah.
There's 2 heavy hitter local radio. Must be do you think it's our podcast? I mean, I feel bad, fellas. You want to come on?
Well, we have been talking
we
up
pay
90
the usual amount.
KQ, and that their numbers have gone through the roof since we started doing this.
KQ has.
Yeah.
Really? It's good to know. Do you think they know? How are you spelling KQ?
Let's see. CHQ.
It's the Q,
U.
like Queueee. Like
Well, I know the
line.
Q will always have a U after it.
All right, there's seriously not a song been on yet. I see what you're doing. This is an interesting technique, and I'm envious that you can just do both.
Well, we do.
Or neither. For all I know, that it's super tramping. It's just not the one you picked.
No, it's still commercial.
So you're doing the thing.
They
All
don't
right,
play.
well,
It's like MTV now.
so the
They
deal
don't
was
play
this.
music anymore.
Do you remember MTV? When they played so many videos. This is good. This is a little throwback. We're gonna harken back to an earlier day, a less trouble-free day for those in our demographic. But I remember, so when they first had, I think it was called Remote Control, was the game.
The game show.
Colin Quinn was the host.
Yeah.
And Colin Quinn was so funny then. And his co-host was Kari Wurr.
Oh, yeah.
With an H. Yeah.
Is that the one they sat in the recliner type chairs?
I think eventually, yeah. But it was just some kind of rando music. It was like a spring break show almost, but they played it every day. And it's like, I love MTV. They're so creative. And it's like, oops.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, it's like, there's no music videos on fucking MTV anymore.
It's all reality TV, and it's just like...
Is there an actual channel that just plays music videos, or is that just dried up?
Did VH1 do like VH1 Classic? And then they just started playing old videos.
I don't know.
But I think that even went away.
There's like a jillion bands making videos right now. I mean, I guess you go to YouTube and watch that shit. Anyway, hey, young people, don't leave yet. Don't get in your flying car and stop listening to us. Put us on the YouTube and the Bluetooth. What is it called? I'm not good at this. All right. So the topic tonight that we decided was going to be shit that we used to do when we were kids that you now go to jail for.
Or just things that you did.
Is there still not a song on the radio?
Still not. Just it's
God.
been like
so
5 minutes.
You get how that it's not hard for you though. You're just unaffected. I would get progressively mad or angry at the it'll show up eventually. Hi, I'm Mick Jagger.
But this topic came up because Jim told a story on an episode that probably will never see the light of day. But he was describing an incident driving with his family in the car.
It was like a family vacation where we're all hot and sweaty and sick of each other.
But he described it so perfectly that I saw it in my mind, and you've had it happen to you, or probably rode with a father that was doing that. He was balancing the thermos cup on his knee, driving the car, slapping the people in the back. It was just, and I came up with The Who.
Nice childhood. Who? So the Who. Oh!
You did that the first
Ken!
one. Oh, Ken.
Our guy, Ken and Renee, congratulations.
Who are you?
You're never going to be on this podcast, and I don't want you to go to Newt's anymore because you just, on the first try, won by picking The Who.
And
I'm kidding. We want to see you again, and we want you on the podcast. I'm just jealous.
Tell them what they won, Jim.
One Coors Light in my basement. We serve it two ways. You get to pick either warm and not shaken up, or cold and shaken like hell.
Man, that took like 10 minutes for them to play a song.
I know, when they get on commercials, boy, yikes, it's not good. So, I think they have a thing now. There's actually I don't know if it's like a Instagram channel or something. It's called Dumb Ways to Die. Where it's just people doing dumb shit, and they have this song, and it's a catchy song. Dumb Ways to Die. So that would have been playing the entire, from my age, I don't know, 6 until 16. Just stupid shit that you can't do anymore. I'll throw one out. Oh, throw. Do you see what I did there? Jarts.
Yes.
Were they actually called jarts, or was it lawn darts?
Lawn darts.
Yes. For those who don't know what a lawn dart is, you had, this is the best part, is that our own, like, recollections of what the game was about. So there was a little, probably about an 18-inch circle that you had to build out of this fucking
It was just a rubber tube that
tube.
you connected together in a circle.
Okay, keep going.
And you placed them, I don't know, 40 feet apart. And then you would stand on one end and like, what's the beanbag thing?
It's like bags or cornhole, they call it.
Yeah.
You got two people on either side, or you could do it with two. You could do it with one on each side.
Well, you stand all on the same side when you're throwing the darts.
Oh, not in my neighborhood.
That was no wonder.
That was the problem. That's why, yeah, we had a lot of people that were like very kind of Christ-like because of the holes in their feet.
And usually it was an outdoor party and beer was involved with the older people.
I was going to say, I was a kid when I played that. And most people do them underhand. But, some people would get a little wild and, just throw them.
I could not do it underhand or overhand, like a football. That would be just...
It would be ridiculous. And that's why I said I made a joke, Mark.
Oh, I thought people actually did it that way.
This is a music and joke podcast. But no, but some people would send them in from about 40 feet in the air, and they were heavy. So it was like basically a giant dart, but it had a blunt tip. So it only bruised the shit out of you. It wouldn't really go into you. But yeah, those were fun.
They were.
That's like, as long as it doesn't hit you in the eye, or dick, you're probably going to be okay. You're just going to be a little sore.
Well, I don't know. Those were pretty heavy. They probably could go through a foot, a shoe, and a foot if it landed on it.
Yeah, well, that was standard fare. Other games that were pretty fucked up. You're next. I threw out jars.
No, go ahead.
I had there was something called Click Clacks.
Oh, I had one of those.
That was
just
care to describe.
There were two round glass balls on string
that weighed about 4 ounces each.
Yeah,
they were not light.
You'd move your arm and hand up and down, and they would hit each other at the. Is that the apex or the?
Depends. At the top and the bottom of their momentum.
Yeah.
They would hit each other, and it was all great for about the first 3 hits until they got out of sync because you're like, hey, look at me. And you got hit in the head.
Or after a while, if you owned them for a long time, the glass shattered and fragments went flying everywhere.
Well, now that one I didn't know about.
Yeah.
That happened to you?
Yeah, that
explains a lot.
Well, you were missing every time trying to get them to clack, so yours lasted forever.
I kept hitting myself in the eye with my thumb. Like, God damn.
No wonder you wear those hard contacts.
This is not good. Yeah, for protection. Hell yeah. That's a thing, man. That is totally a thing.
But we were also talking about the car ride with your father. And I was saying, God, we never use seatbelts.
Seatbelts? How about car seats?
What?
Yeah.
That's the vinyl that you sat on, wasn't it? It's a car.
In the summer, on a humid day, you stuck a little better. Otherwise, you're in the winter, like a curling rock or stone. What do you call those?
Stone.
Stone, yeah.
Did you ever have leather seats in your car? It was unheard of.
Car? No. We had the classic Plymouth and Dodge station wagons. The old man was a Mopar man, apparently. And
my father was a Ford man.
And then once us kids started driving, I don't know where my dad pulled these cars out, but I had one brother that would wreck them. He's been both of my brothers have been on the podcast. I'm not going to name names, but one of them was very dent prone. Let's just call it that.
Wow.
I remember I hit a kid's car in the parking lot at the high school. I put just a tiny little, and his car was it wasn't like a new car. Let's just say that. I'm not going to disparage this guy. This guy's oh my God, this guy died. Anyway, Steve S., Mike S., your little brother he parked in a spot where I it was like but I thought it was like the end of the world. I thought I was dead. And his dad was super cool about it. He's like, hey, don't worry about it. But seatbelts. How did we get on this? Oh, cars.
You hit the kid?
No, the car.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, I hit the kid. Oh, the kid's not alive anymore. Oh, no, not like that. It was totally two different things.
I was thinking the dad's going, that's okay.
I don't want to make light of this kid's passing, but...
No, but I
will say this. He was a funny kid. Steve S. Good dude. Asthma. He had asthma, and I think he died in an asthma attack, and it's fucking terrible, man.
The worst thing I did in our car, I was doing Chuck Foreman's, and I went up into the snowbank.
Call spinning a donut a Chuck Foreman.
Yeah.
I call it when you fart and you spin away.
Right.
Just so two totally different things.
But when I pushed it out, I cleaned all the snow off, but I missed that I bent the license plate. And that was the only time I ever damaged the car, and my dad caught me.
One of my brothers got busted because there were bugs on the windshield, and you wouldn't get that driving around the city. And he was like, filled the tank, did everything right.
Right.
And it's like, what'd you do last night? He lied to him, obviously, because that's what you do. And the old man was like, why don't you tell me what you really did? He was like fucking Columbo. And it's like,
they were like that.
How do you know?
The father, like,
That was one of the best things about being the youngest, though, is it's like, well, I don't see any human blood in the car. It looks like you've obviously hit about 4 deer. But, well, good night. See you in the morning. You got away with a lot then. As a parent, you would be put in jail if you just let your kid ride their bike all over hell and come back whenever they felt like it.
Ride your bike even without a helmet.
Yeah. Or a seat, in your case. Don't get it twisted. A lot of the boys' bikes did have seats, but just not in your garage. So,
I did.
How many bikes?
I did have a bell
in the heyday of your family, because you had 5 siblings. 5
I had
total?
4 siblings, 5 total.
5 total kids. How many bikes did you have? Share bikes, or did everyone get their own
shared
bike?
bikes?
Yeah, man, that's a lot of fucking bikes. Otherwise,
well, my oldest sister, she had a 3-speed black Schwinn.
Nice.
And then
girl.
Yeah.
Like when I said girl, meaning did it have the hit your
it was a girl's bike, yeah.
What? By the way,
for dresses.
Hi, guys don't like. What guy wouldn't want to wouldn't want to ride a girl's bike? Because who like hitting their nuts on the fucking center bar? You like that?
No, yeah, I did, but it was, when your chain would skip and you fly forward onto that bar. Oh man, that was.
How about that one, the cool 5-speed Stingray, where you hit it on the shifter? Oh, that was like, I never had. I had the single.
I didn't have that.
I had the best Stingray. It was the, I guess you call it a fixed gear with the kickback brake.
Yeah.
Dude, a lot of miles on that bad boy.
I had a bike like Pee Wee Herman.
Ooh.
It was all chrome. And I had that.
How'd you luck out with that?
My parents bought it for me. I was a caddy at Midland Hills.
Was it a Schwinn?
I have no idea
what
it was.
The Schwinn Stingray was kind of the prestige bike, and if it was a Huffy, that was like, yeah, at least you're not walking.
Everyone had a 10-speed bike, and I'm driving this balloon tire chrome bike. I got ridiculed so bad.
You're making it not sound cool.
It wasn't cool.
Shit to me.
Back then, it wasn't cool.
Is that how you
it's cool now.
Is that how you get good at fighting? Just like, hey, my bike's
right.
not cool.
It's like a Johnny Cash song. Boy Named Sue.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's the way it was, yeah.
Okay, you told me to call you Mark, so I won't do that. I'm not married to that idea, Sue. Son of a bitch. So you might want to look at that.
Yes.
I don't know where that started.
We could wrap this one up. We could spend like the next 2 minutes apologizing, but let's not. Let's just go on.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Except 3 minutes. No. We appreciate the fact that anybody listens to this thing. We've been doing this for a year now, and people still listen. Mark actually did the math on our listeners per episode, and
Correct.
it's like 36.
36, yeah.
30. That's crazy.
3
I
dozen.
don't think I know 36 people.
I don't know where to go with that.
Just introduce me to your friends, man. I'm cool. Let's see. Thanks for listening. Go to Newt's. Listen to the new Remo Drive record. It's called Mercy. There's a couple of really kind of cool songs that would appeal to any age. They're on Spotify and all the other shit that you listen to us on. But just saw them live a couple weeks ago. Really enjoyed it. And one of their songs called Hold You. I'd say Hold Me. That wouldn't make any... that would make way less sense. Hold You is a really good kind of a... I would call it a retro ballad that reminds me quite a bit of who's the guy from the Wilburys with the deep pipes, the old guy with the sunglasses.
No.
We're limping to the
Roy
finish
Orbison?
line. Yes. Little Roy Orbison vibe, which you didn't know you needed, but it's good. But Mark, thanks for asking me to come on this journey with you.
Wow. And thank you for doing it with me. Phrasing.
Oh my God. There's everything about this is just fucking the worst. This Hallmark card would be banned in like 70 countries. So anyway, I just found a warm part on my pants. It looks like I'm stabbing my nut, but I'm just comfortable.
Well, get a hold of us. We do have a Facebook page. Like us, or
that's what I was doing.
Or email us at TheAscertainers@gmail.com.
Yeah, and come back next week because it'll be just as shitty or worse.
Thank you. Goodbye.